Yo, Biz, can you hear me?
Hey, peace. What up?
Peace, man. Let me go introduce you. Solar Hip Hop Radio, doing it like this. This is your host, Nate G. Right about now, we have one of the best lyricists in the game, Canibus, up on the line. What's up, Biz?
Yo, peace, Nate G. What up? What's cracking?
Good looking, fam. I'm maintaining, man. Yo, man, I wanted to get, into this interview right away with starting off talking about your latest projects. I know you got like the My Name Is Nobody, Jump Off, the Brain, Stream EP, Rip the Jacker. I mean, all kind of new projects, man. Tell me what's going on with you right now, Canibus.
Well, those projects, personally, out of all those projects, I like Rip the Jacker better than the My Name Is Nobody and the Brainstream, particularly because the My Name Is Nobody in the Brainstream, it wasn't synced properly, you know. The vocals, it didn't sync properly to the track. I'm actually gonna do those over and put those back out, and I'm just gonna make it available, on my club, with it synced properly. Okay. But as far as like Rip the Jacker, you know what I'm saying? Like that is definitely, more my speed, Stoop, you know what I'm saying? Enemy of Mankind from Jedi Mind Tricks, JMTA. He blessed me with the production, and they got an album out too, by the way, that just dropped. It was just a good collaboration, you know what I mean? Like when you get like a master of the ceremony together with somebody that's so, that just so meticulous with the tracks. Yeah. You get a good result.
No doubt, man. Yo, man, you got a lot of fans out there. They was wanting me to ask you about, I know Razcast is currently incarcerated, man. Tell me about the current state of the Four Horsemen.
Well, Raz is keeping his head up. He definitely, if he's standing, if his point of view is that he's not gonna let nothing slow him down, then I'm gonna definitely do everything in my power that I can to assist him. And the same thing with the rest of the horsemen. I mean, what we want to do is, we just want to get the music out that people been waiting for. I mean, it's crazy, but sometimes like the fans, and even though we call them fans, I use that term loosely because everybody else uses it loosely, but I look at them more like like co-workers, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's like we working together, That's right. Every time they promote, by word of mouth or anything like that, then we actually working together because they helping get the word out, and I'm helping to try and keep, that type of hip hop vibrant, But we want to get the music out, man, because really and truly, we have recorded about 14, 15 tracks already. Wow. For one project. And, on a side note, I had done some joints for Priest that he has, and I did some joints with Raz that he has. And I think Priest and Corrupt had done 2 or 3 joints on their own, and all I had to do was vocal. And, it's like we were all doing our own projects at the time when we were doing the Horseman album that was done about maybe 2 summers ago. And, I'm dying to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, you trying to put that out with MikeClub.net, or are you going to wait till, Kaz gets, freed from his incarceration?
Well, see, I spoke to Raz about it briefly. At this point, I think the best thing to do would be to get premium material and put it out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I wouldn't want to wait too much longer. I mean, by the time, you don't want it to get to the point where, people have been humming about it so long that by the time you actually get it together, unless you got a major push in it. For example, I'm gonna give you a good example. Right. Like, remember how Reggie and Meth, people were talking about them getting together and doing it like way early. Yeah. Before they did actually do the project. Before the Blackout LP, that's right. Right, before that Blackout LP. And the only reason it was able to really, really come off was not just because it was a good combination and it was good hip-hop music, but it was because of the machine that they had behind them, Yeah. Def Jam was able to just like start it all over, brand new again, and make it look like, yo, we just thought of this, you know, last week.
They had the right market.
Really, that was on people's minds for so long, you know.
Yeah, they did the How High soundtrack back in '95. They didn't come out with that until like '99 or something. Yeah.
You know, Ricochet, Rabbit, I ring Habit with the AK, Matic, all that. When that came out, everybody was mine. So that's what we want to do. You know, we want to, while it's fresh, while it's still fresh in the minds of the hip hoppers running around, we want to, you know, we want to give it to them. And I'm doing everything that I can, you know, time permitting, you know, every hour, every spare hour that I have to put towards it, you know, I'm doing everything I can to do it.
That's best, man. I can't wait to hear it, man. We've been talking about that for years already, this. Yeah, man, definitely.
Because, you know, when you put all of them C's on one track and they all go for broke, I mean, it just comes off no matter how you look at it. It's like you don't never get let down. You could sit there and, you know, you hear a verse, you hear one of your favorite MCs come with, you know, 28 bars, then the next one come with 12, then with no hook, the other one come with another 30 in between.
Straight fire, you know?
Madness, yeah. You know?
For sure, fam. Man, what about the Black Milk Project? People was asking about that, too.
Well, the Black Milk Project is a project that, you know, it's difficult to explain what it sounds like to someone that hasn't heard it before or hasn't even heard like a snippet. Like maybe if I play the instrumental form with no vocals, then they say, oh, okay, I kind of see where he's going with it. But you know, that's another project that you know, I put, you know, already I've already, you know, Lou and I, we already got some solid recordings with that, and pretty much now, what we trying to get for Black Milk is a lead vocalist, you know, because that group is not Canibus and Black Milk. It's like Black Milk and Canibus. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel
it's not my group. It's a group that I'm a part of.
You working with these cats?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. What about
their sound is so, you know, the way they come off is so profound. When I first heard it, I mean, Lou was the one that brought it to my attention, but when I first heard it, it was something that I wanted to be a part of when I heard it. So, you know, you could kind of say that they recruited me. It just so happens that you know, it would be, you know, it'd be beneficial for both parties if you know, to try and get the word out as much as possible, like we're trying to do now. You know.
No question. This. What about the Exodus Scripts joint?
Okay, the Exodus Scripts. I mentioned that maybe once or twice before, and I mean, you know, some of the recordings are older. It would probably be like some of my most early. The renditions of my early style,
right?
And that, and you know, maybe on through about 99, 2000, like right around 2000.
Some of your early materials.
I haven't recorded anymore for that. After 2000, I will have to put some newer things in there to update it.
Right.
But for the most part, that's like, you know, I would say that's an earlier chunk of my style, earlier chunk of my career as we know it right
Piece
now.
Of history right there.
Right.
Man, I wanted to ask you, man, going back to the Horsemen, man, I forgot to mention this.
Like just so not to cut you off on that, but it like that the Exodus Scripts is like, you know, the best way I can explain it is say that's probably the most paranoid music I ever done. You know.
That's right, Bis. No doubt, man. I'm looking forward to hearing all these projects, man. And like I was saying earlier about the Horsemen, man, there's been rumors that there's going to be new members, man. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I will say that, you know, sitting down and thinking about it, what we wanted to do was each man in the group, you know, the original four, each man in the group, because what we wanted to do was, and even though it was Corrupt and I that pretty much said, all right, let's do the Horsemen. And Corrupt said, well, I want to get my man Raz from the West Coast. And I said, well, I like Raz, and I knew Raz from when he was with Patchworks in Atlanta, because I had done some work out of their studio, like Bob Whitfield and so forth, and Curtis and a couple other people that used to always preach Raz to me. You know what I mean? And you know, I always like Raz anyway, but when Corrupt said, yo, let's do Raz, I was like, all right, let's do it. But then we wanted to get an MC from the East Coast, and I just immediately, the first thing that came off my tongue was, rolled off my tongue was Priest's name.
No doubt.
And Corrupt had heard of Priest, but he never particularly heard him. So then, you know, I went out, got the Heavy Mental album and gave it to him. And he was like, all right, let's do this, Kenny. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it started. And then, you know, me like being as excited as I was to put down, you know, to cement some music or cement a name, you know, just make it a reality. I went ahead and put a Horseman track on my second album, 2000 BC.
Right.
And, you know, I put March on that, you know what I mean? And I had to put March on it because I felt like, you know, add some more flavor to it, you know? And then Raz came up with the idea that rather than call it the Four Horsemen, we should just call it the Horsemen and then just make it HRSMN, you know?
No doubt.
Abbreviate it, and then that would just give it more fire and also give us, you know, more of an opportunity to kind of display an album that is not just, you know, for MCs, but an album that's like, you know, spread out all across the you know, the spectrum of the MCs that we feel are nice.
Right.
You know, like just I'm gonna just throw some names out there. We haven't cemented anything yet, really, because you know, you still got to get in contact with the different personalities and their management, and you know, a lot of paperwork, a lot of red tape got to get worked out. But I'm gonna just throw some names out, like some of the people that I wanted to work with that I felt would be nice to put in the mix would be like you know, I wanted to throw like a G-Rap in the mix. I don't know what Rakim is doing right now. If at all possible, I like to throw him in the mix. I like to throw like Murray in the mix because, you know, Murray is trying to do, you know, new things now.
Yeah, now he's
and I always like Murray style. You know what I'm saying? Like the original Murray, and even the album he just dropped, I could tell that's, you know, he'll always be that MC. You know. You know, I wanted to throw like maybe like a Pace one on there or Young Z. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that you know, some MCs that, and then even some unknowns. You know what I mean? Like I throw like well they're known, but you know, maybe not as wide as some of the aforementioned MCs. But you know, I want to throw like Vinny Paz on MGMT. I definitely want to get Stoop there on the production. You know, I got some unknown producers also I like to put down. You know, in between now and when we actually solidify the cast, we gonna still record, and you know, whoever else might come out the woodwork, you know, I'm more than welcome to just, you know, put them on too. You see what I'm saying? So I got an open mind with the project.
Hey,
I'm still waiting for the you know, for the other members to, you know, come back to me with their list of who they feel. You know what I'm saying? I also said I wanted to get at Chino. You know what I mean? Because I know that a lot of people wanted to hear even just me and him do something together. So if I could throw that together, you know what I mean? I got his management's number, so, you know, I'm gonna be getting at him soon. But just a heads up, you know what I'm saying? Maybe get a track from Pete Rock just for old time's sake. You know what I mean?
Question, man. You know what I'm saying? Hip-hop, man. I think everybody want to jump on that in terms of production too, man. I mean, I think you should holler at Pete, Primo, everybody, man. Real talk.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that this project, I would like it more to just invoke a feeling in the producers that by the time I reach out to them, you know, they don't really give me the runaround. They're just like, all right, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the hip hop, the value of the music, you know, for its artistic value, to me, I think is probably worth more than anything that you could, you know, any type of material. Because you remember when you put a cast that's so big together for one goal, then the goal should be hip hop. It shouldn't be, you know, like it shouldn't be money. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a side of, you know, that's definitely like a side effect, and it's something that you can, you know, something that you can look forward to. But after you get that check and you spend it, you know what I mean, you could still feel good that, listen, I put something out on the shelf that kind of, you know, kept hip hop alive for maybe, you know, maybe 5 more years. Maybe I added 5 more years onto the life of hip hop, our type of hip hop music, you know.
Culture. That's right. Man, I would love to see, you know what I'm saying, this all-star collaboration go down as you're saying, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you want to reach out to Pete. I think Pete would love to hit y'all brothers off, man. Pete's an amazing
person. And you know, to tell you the truth, like on the real, I would even go so far as to say, you know, I challenge any MC out there, like the big ones, the ones that's huge, the ones that have made it past, I say, the glass ceiling that so many of us are trying to get over. You know, I challenge any one of them to, you know, to assist me in doing it, or even, you know, holler at my club, or holler at, you know, if you can get at Priest or Raz or Corrupt or any one of us, like holler at us, and we could go under your wing. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
You know what I mean? If let's say Hov want to take it back to that type of hip hop, then you know, we do something with Rockefeller. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It ain't nothing. We jump over to Dame Dad's side too, see what he got cracking. You know, if Slim Shady want to do something, you know what I mean? It seemed like he's interested in you know, in uplifting hip hop, in the sense that, you know, he has been putting out MCs. I mean, I gotta keep it real. He ain't put a white MC on yet.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
And that means a lot. That means a lot. You know, it says a lot. You know, I don't know how much it means to each his own, but to me that says a lot. That says that, you know, in his way and in that way, he has given back to the art form. You know,
no doubt.
It's not just gimme. You know,
yeah, he's actually giving back.
So you know what I mean? If Shady want to do something, I mean, come on, man. That'll be something that. He don't need it.
Yeah.
He don't need that type of exposure. I mean, he could do fine without it. But just think about the hip hop value of it. You know,
man.
People been dying to hear certain MCs on tracks, and you know, we could just keep it. We could keep it sporting, but still keep it on the up and up too. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Rather than us trying to tear at each other's throats, you know, for the wrong reasons. Let's get in and do it up. You know what I mean? Gladiator style, for the right reasons.
No doubt, Bis. I mean, I know M and you have been, you know, kind of subtly going back and forth, you know what I'm saying, recently, man. You'd be willing to put all that aside, though, to work with him on this Horseman project, though, you're saying?
Of course. I mean, I would pretty much say that, for the most part, I could sit here and tell you that I have, you know, as Jermaine talking to you, or even as Canibus, I have no animosity towards Eminem. You understand what I'm saying? At times, I mean, of course, if I'm in Rip the Jacker mode, and you know, someone is saying, yeah, well, you know, Eminem, you know, Shady is like the illest and nobody can see him, and you know what I mean? And of course, you know, Rip gonna say, man, like, you know, this person right here is misinformed. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's only because of the competitive nature of the music, and I'm sure on the other side of the fence, he thinks the same way. I mean, why would he like joust with me back and forth?
Right.
If it wasn't something that he's toyed with in his mind, you know what I'm saying?
So it ain't personal; it's more like on a competitive type.
That's
situation.
The way I see it, because like I totally, you know what I'm saying? I'm totally, you know, I say that I'm totally opposed to saying anything, you know, to him or about him that's irreparable. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, everything that I said, everything I've done, you know, concerning our little squabble, you know, I pretty much, you know, I kept it, you know, I kept it all on the surface. You know what I'm saying? I kept it all, like, you know, within bounds. Like, I didn't say nothing out of bounds. I didn't do nothing out of bounds.
So
you know what I mean?
It ain't on your agenda to make, like, you know, something, you know, up front about him, you know, a song trying to discredit him. That ain't on your agenda at all at the moment?
Nah. As a matter of fact, if there's any rumors going around like that, I mean, they should probably just dead it, because that's not my intent. You know what I'm saying? Is not to tear hip hop down, and it never was. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
My intent was never to come into the game and tear down, you know what I'm saying, what so many people will work hard to build. My intent was always to raise the bar of, you know, of the level of skill.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Even by like, you know, by, you know, I would say, like, you know, aggravating somebody to, you know, spend 10 more minutes on that rhyme. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was my intent, and I think I pretty much came off doing that. know what I'm saying?
No
a lot
doubt.
of people take the rhymes so personal sometimes, man. That it's like, it's a good thing though. It's good. It's good that they still listen to the rhymes. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Because sometimes I feel like I'm in a world where they don't listen to rhymes no more.
Man, I'm saying it's vital to listen to MC, you know, when he's spitting, you know what I'm saying, the realness as you always have, Biss. Man, I wanted to ask you, man, you were saying like it's not on a personal level, you know what I'm saying, with M, man. I mean, do you feel that same way about like your past, you know, squabbles with LL and Wyclef, or is that a different situation?
Nah, I feel the same way, man. See, I've matured a lot since you know, since I used to get those feelings of being, I say just being attacked. You know what I mean? I don't really see if my name is in any MC's mouth. I don't really see that as an attack on me anymore.
Right.
You know, before I was so attached to the egos and the different, you know, the alias, like the alias of Rip. I was so attached to him that you know, somebody mentioned Canibus name, then Rip felt like, yo, you was talking to him, and you know, he felt like, well, I felt like, you know, this person right here is making an attack on me, and you know, is trying to stop me from paying my bills. You know what I'm saying? Trying to destroy my life. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Now I look at it the way that it really is, which is just, yo, this person right here thinks that you're nice. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And they think that you know, your ability warrants, you know, a little gut check. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's all it is. So, you know, and you know, you can absorb it and move on, because nothing that anybody said has made my heart beat any slower. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
If anything, it made it beat a little bit faster. So it's made things good for me in the long run.
No doubt. Man, Biss, I was wondering, you know, I know you've done a lot of collaborations in your career, but before we get into that, man, let's talk about how you got started. I know you're originally from Jamaica, man, and you got, you know, put on doing, you know, mixtapes and numerous guest appearances like around 96, 97, 98, man. Tell me about, you know, how you first got started in hip hop.
Well, I mean, you know, Kingston, Jamaica is where you know, my moms and pops took delivery, but you know, I mean, growing up, man, I always remember being like an avid fan of music in general, you know. And you know, when people think Jamaica, they think, I'm talking about the people who are like kind of uninformed about how Jamaica is, you know, the roots and culture, the vibe that comes from that little small island. You know what I mean? Like every country you go to in the world, you'll find a Jamaican there. You know what I'm saying? And that island is so small. It's like, how did y'all break out? How did y'all get out of there? You know, and you know, and I remember stories, you know, from my father of you know, how like let me use a name that everybody's quite familiar with, like Bob Marley.
No doubt.
I remember stories from my father about Marley and how you know, how like where he grew up, and I remember like the area because I had been through Trenchtown before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, you know, like even now thinking about what that looked like in comparison to where, you know, where I am now, and like where I've been and the places that I've seen. It's like, you know, this man came from really like, you know, a spot, you know what I'm saying, a spot in the middle of nowhere, you know what I'm saying. That place is like a wasteland, you know what I'm saying, and people still live there, man. Every day people wake up there and go to sleep there, you know what I mean, man. And you know, I feel at times, at times I feel like music, you know, I said it before in an interview, I think it was last week or something, I was saying that a lot of times in this country, the only way for minorities to really live some type of affluent lifestyle or to taste it is either through sports or entertainment. Right. And you know, you could say like it's a way out, you know what I mean? And you know, a lot of minorities are looking for an out, you know, mainly because, you know, a lot of people, when you're at a certain age, you can chase your dreams because you got time to like fail or not reach the pinnacle of your dream, but maybe get halfway through it. You know, you got time when you're in your teens to do things like that. But you know, Jamaica for me, man, it's more like a soapbox. It's more like a something that I draw energy from, knowing that that's where I came from, and knowing that this is where I am now, and what I've, the hurdles that I've been able to overcome. You know what I mean? Like, these things, if anything, it gives me strength. And one of these days, I definitely want to, I wanna go back to the country and kind of do something. You know what I mean? To like, I don't know, man, to kind of like blend in with the music scene there. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of my favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people be like, yo, yo, man, this, like, when I first came out, like, damn, why is he always, like, so rough on the mic, like, his voice so raspy, and, he's just like an animal.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that comes from, like, I don't know if you ever been to a sound clash before, or you ever seen, like, two DJs. They call them the DJs in Jamaica. When you say DJ is really the MC.
Yeah.
And DJs like Ninja Man, you know what I'm saying? And Tiger, like, I don't know who remembers people like that, but man, Ninja Man was my favorite. You know what I'm saying? There was times when we be going out Spanish Town Road, we see Ninja Man come through on a 600 Ninja bike, like, going in and out of traffic. You know what I mean?
Man.
Tiger had one of those too. He bust his head open on that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember Tiger, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sizzler, he's one of my favorites. Like, of course, Elephant Man, and Bounty Killer right now, to me, is Bounty Killer is like the present manifestation of a beast, you know what I'm saying, on the microphone. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I don't know if people can really link like even though one style is DJing and it's Jamaican, so they speaking in patois, broken English, and it's hard to understand it if you don't understand that language. But if you can make the link, then you'll see how a lot of those influences, have inspired me.
Man, big up, all those artists, man. I could definitely, recognize that, man, because those cats go at it, you know what I'm saying, when they...
Yeah, they get it on. I'm talking about, you want to talk about guns in the air, like, come on, man. I don't, man, it's sound classes that I've been to that's worse than the training that I go through here, like some of the war zone stuff that go on here, you know what I mean? Like, we play war games here, man. I've been through some training that make more noise. I've been through sound classes that make more noise than some of the training I've been through already.
Man.
So it's like, when MCs or DJs, that's what they call them, when DJs get to the point where it gets so intense, the rhymes are so intense, and they getting at each other so bad, there's no other way to express it than to just lift up the 380 or the double action and start letting off.
No doubt.
And even, they even be pointing down, shells be bouncing off the ground and all that, man.
Man, that's ill. This, man, I know you've done, you know what I'm saying, several collaborations in your career, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you even got down with, the heavyweight champion, ex-heavyweight champion, rather, at that time, Mike Tyson, Common, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, that was ill, Mike Tyson on second round knockout.
It was crazy, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. See,
dig, right?
Hip-hop, the vibe of it, like, it didn't belong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I didn't do that, nobody else.
That was out of left field, man. I love you for that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like just when it came on, and he was like, yo, Canibus, Mike Tyson, man, with the Canibus, man. Yo, Canibus, what you doing? You can't let him do this to you. Like, come on, man.
Right? Yeah. Yo, hey, man, but also you got down like with Common, Lost Boys, Keith Murray. I mean, you were on the Firm LP. I mean, Pharoah Monch. On and on and on, but I wanted to ask you about two collabos in particular. First one, I got to give you props for, you did an article back in around 97 when the 18th letter came out. You did an article in the Source magazine for in my opinion, the greatest MC of all time, the God Rock Him Allah.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
And man, I mean, tell me about working with him. You've done tracks with him, and then you also did a track on Slick Rick's last album, man. Tell me about
I'll never
those brothers.
Forget that either.
No doubt.
For me, like, the Rakim thing was a dream come true. Like, for real. That was something that I spent so many hours in front of the television as a little kid looking at Follow the Leader, in black and white,
You know what I'm saying?
And look at, and look at I ain't no joke. And you know what I mean? Like feeling good because I could recognize, that's Flavor Flav. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling real good about that I could recognize another artist in Rod's video, or, and being able to point it out to my mom's like, yo, you don't know who that is? That's Flavor Flav. He got the big clock. Then a Public Enemy video come on, and she see Flav with the clock, and she said, oh, that's the same guy, isn't it?
Right.
Like, yeah. So, that was a dream come true, man, because as a kid coming up, even like when I first started penning rhymes and whatnot, I would have never imagined to be able to cross that line between dream and reality and make them merge. You see what I'm saying? And when Rob, I remember when this intern, his name is Tabari, and it was my homeboy. We was up at Universal, and he this is like right after I had I think it was either right before I got signed to UMG through the group home situation, or right after. But it was right around that time when Tabari came upstairs one day and was like, yo, man, I just heard Dino talking to Jocelyn, whatever they think about signing Rakim.
Yeah.
So I said, Rakim? He said, yeah, man. He said, yo, that would be crazy. I said, yeah, y'all gotta sign Rakim. So he went back and told the A&R, like, yo, man, y'all gotta sign Rakim.
That's right.
And then, the A&R was like, yeah, all right, well, let's talk about it some more. And before I knew it, UMG, they signed Rakim.
Man.
And that was before my first album. That was before really I had done any mixtape or guest appearances or anything. So in my mind, I already mentally, started building the steps on how I was going to get to a level that I could make a phone call one day and say, yo, I want to do something with you. You see what I'm saying? From even then. So, when the opportunity presented itself, I mean, I didn't get him on the first album, but, after on the second album, we worked it out and, got through the Burkadell and made it happen. And to me, you know what I'm saying, that's something that those one of those things those one of those tracks that when you leave the studio, like I make sure I left the studio with a copy and was just playing it all the way back, like damn,
Man.
And even with G-Rap, the same thing with G-Rap, man.
Word.
You know what I mean? When I did that record with G-Rap, man, it was like I felt like completion. You know what I mean? It's almost like a video game when you're going through and you gotta every board you gotta get with the boss. You know what I'm saying?
The last
you gotta
level.
get with the boss, the last man at every board.
Right.
Like Mega Man. You know what I'm saying? And then you get that power and you move on.
That's
so
right.
If I had, if I was a serial ripper, I could have pictures on my wall and just X them out. Like, yo, I work with this one, I work with that one.
Man.
I work with this one.
That's
so, in common, I mean, yeah, you're right. When I sit down and I think about it, like, all the MCs that I work with, pretty much, they made influences. Like, even if I hadn't existed, I never came out, they would have made, they had a lot of influence with the music. And most of them still have, most of them have even more influence now than they did then. You know, like a DMX, for example. Even X. I know X got his new label and everything. Like, I mean, if he was to even be like, yo, well, yeah, I want to, do something with the Horsemen or even do something with Bish, I would be down with that because, the chemistry, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nothing to make melt together. You know what I mean? You can melt that type of chemistry together easy. And right now, man, I'm just in a situation where, I have a lot more balance, you know what I'm saying, because I've separated my artistry from my real life, you know what I'm saying, and now, you know what I'm saying, when I go in, I don't feel like I'm risking it all, now when I go in, I feel like I'm not risking anything, I'm just making music.
No doubt, man.
You see what I'm saying?
I hear you, Bish.
Before, when I felt like there was a risk, I used to get paranoid, and that paranoia used to lead to going places that was unnecessary,
Right. Man, what about when you work with the Ruler Slick Rick, man? You know what I'm saying? That was
yeah, Ricky D.
You know what I'm saying?
Ricky D. Yeah, working with Ricky D, like I had met him once. you know, and I never really. There wasn't much dialogue.
Yeah, that brother's Jamaican too, man. So I mean, did y'all have like chemistry right away, or it took some time, man?
Well, I mean, alright, I'm gonna tell you how Ricky D happened. Ricky D happened through Bimmy.
Right.
Bimmy's from Queens, and you know, Bimmy was on that project, and you know, he was like, yo, well, you know, you know, Slick coming out with an album, and you know, I'm A&R in it, and you know, if Bish want to do something, I'm with it. Like he could do a hook or something. You know,
pissing the chest game.
And I actually wanted to do like a whole rhyme and everything, but you know, we went with the hook, and then he said, "All right, go ahead, do it."
Right at the end, yeah. I was waiting for you to rip that track, man.
Yeah, I had it. You should have heard the rhyme I had for that, you know.
But man.
But you know, I mean, you know what I mean, like. Still, you know, I was grateful for the opportunity to be immortalized on wax with Slick Rick, man, because that's another one. That's another one that, you know, I was telling somebody the other night, you know, I was kind of breaking it down to him, like, yo, do you know Follow the Leader is 99 bars?
Man.
And do you know, like, Lottie Dottie is about 78 bars or 80 bars or something like that?
That's true.
Like a straight rhyme, you know what I'm saying? Nobody don't think about it, but Slick Rick was a ripper, you know what I'm saying?
No question, man.
Slick Rick was a ripper, like ever. Yeah, he used to tear down with the stories, and he had your mind.
Man.
You know, the thing about him that made him so impressive was his mind. He was able to tell a story that was so, you know, that was, you know, the story used to touch you to the point where you didn't recognize how long he was rhyming.
Yeah, his vocabulary, everything, man. He had it all, man. Definitely. Slick Rick, man. Free him, too. We said Raz Kaz, man. Free both those brothers, man. They need to be home, man. Word up.
Oh, Slick ain't. What's happening to Slick?
Oh, man. Wasn't he out in Florida, man? You know what I'm saying? Like doing some time through the immigration process. You didn't hear about that, Biss?
I heard something about INS, but I thought that got squashed.
Man, from what I understand, man, he was still doing some time out in Florida, man. He did like some kind of cruise show performance, and when he got off the boat, man, you know what I'm saying?
That's a travesty, man.
Yeah, that was like a year ago. The brother's locked up somewhere in Florida, man. Support Slick Rick, y'all. He's one of the greatest hip-hop pioneers ever.
For real, yo.
Yeah,
that's
man.
a travesty, yo. I'm going to burn a candle for you, Slick.
Word up. Man, and man,
Raz, yo, I'm gonna burn a candle for Raz too, man. Matter of fact, I burnt one. I've been burning a candle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It burnt out like 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna start burning another one.
Man,
wherever you at, Raz, just know that burning the candle.
We gotta show love to these brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let them know that we still are there for them, man, in a real way.
That's what I do, man. I burn candles for my loved ones, man.
That's right.
You know, I just you know, get a candle. You know what I mean? Put their name on it and burn it. You know what I'm saying? And that way, you know, you know, just the energy and the thought. It's like my thoughts are with you.
No doubt.
That's my way of showing that, you know what I'm saying, like I'm with you.
I mean, great lyricists like yourself and these brothers Slick Rick, Rakim, you know what I'm saying, Raz Kaz. I mean, y'all, man, are ill lyricists, man. I can see, I mean, cerebral flows, man. I can see why y'all, you know, vibe together so well, man.
Yo, I appreciate you saying that, and you gotta understand, man, that that's the type of encouragement that keeps me going.
Oh, Biss, don't stop, brother. For real.
That's the type of, you know, that type of, you know, it just pumps you up in a way that, you know, you can't put a price tag on it. You know what I'm saying? When somebody come up to you and they got a shocked look on their face, like, yo, man. This rhyme right here touched me, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, man.
You know, and then what I want to say to you is like, yo, that rhyme touched me too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to say.
Yo, Biss, I remember seeing you perform on stage, like early on in your career, man, when you was rolling with the refugee camp, man, with I think you was on stage with a tiger, man, a white tiger, man.
Yeah. Yo, that's one thing that I got to give it up to Clef. Like when one day we was just in the studio joking, nobody was serious, and you know, their stage show was already tight. Yeah. But he said something to the effect like, "Yo, man, I seen an ad in an ad or something about Simba the tiger." Yeah. So I was like, "Man, you crazy, man? You know, tiger. You know what I'm saying?" I said, "Tiger is a lion." Man. He said the ad was a tiger, but it was really a lion, and you know what I'm saying? He had his assistant there at the time. He was like, "Yo, do me a favor, call up on this and try and find out about this." And he went through and talked to this trainer, and the trainer wanted, you know, the lion ate good, though. Don't think the lion didn't get paid. The lion got like 3 G's a show. You know what I'm saying? And the chicken before and after, man. You know, we got on and on stage. The raw chicken, you know what I mean? For real. Busted threw a chicken at one of at the Lion, like before one of the shows. We was on the Smoking Groove tour, right?
Smoke Groove '98, man. When you was out here in LA, man, I remember that real well.
Yeah, man. And every show we would go to, like the first show we went to, like the insurance. And you know, these are the things that, you know, people don't know these things, and you know, I'm not one to sit there and talk my business or anybody else's business, you know, because sometimes, you know, it turns into a rumor, and then a rumor turns into something that ain't true, and then before you know it, like, you know, somebody to get back to them that you was disrespecting them, and you know what I mean?
Word.
So I try to keep things on the low, but you know, one thing that Clef did do was, at the time when we did the first show, we had the Lion, and you know, they was carrying a lion on the back. It was dragging it on the back of one of the tour buses on like a cage, you know what I'm saying? And they had to put ice in the cage and everything. And the first show we went to, the promoter didn't believe we was bringing a lion. And when we brought the lion and the lion came out, it was caged to this. It was chained to a, you know, like an anvil or something.
Yeah.
It was chained so he couldn't move more than about 10 feet.
Man.
But you know, the promoter lost his mind, because the people in the front row lost their minds when the spotlight shined on the lion, and you know, you saw the mane and you seen the size of those jaws, and you seen it was real. People went crazy.
That was ill, man.
So the next promoter, the show for the next promoter sent the insurance up to, like, it went from like 1 million to 3 million. Then a crazy figure like 9 million, then 15 million. And when the insurance got to like 15 million, that's when we stopped using the lion.
No doubt.
Cause you know, but just to show you how it was, like every time we brought the lion out, there was a risk that the lion may have gone mad and bit somebody. And you know, like, I give a shit about who he bit besides myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, bitch.
You know what I mean? But still, though, you know what I mean? It's all for hip-hop, man, because that was something that was, you know, I don't think it's ever been done before, and probably never been done since.
Man, that's one of the rawest performances I've ever seen, man. That was totally creative, bitch. Word up.
You know what I'm saying? That was like my way of saying, like, all right, you want to walk with a panther, I'm going to hug with a lion. You know?
Yeah.
Just on some hip-hop. Just on the hip-hop.
No doubt,
from
man.
From a hip-hop point of view, though.
Hey, man, kind of in closing, I wanted to ask you, man, I know you're in the military right now, man. How has that experience affected, you know, you as an artist, if at all?
If anything, I think it's given me more character, and it's definitely helped me. You know, it's been therapeutic in the sense that, you know, it's a good way to allow me to stay in touch with real world issues. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of like you know, every day that I'm able to do an interview after a long day of work, you know what I'm saying? Makes me feel like, damn, you know, like you know, I've been blessed, and at the same time, you know, the world there's so many things going on right now in the world that what you on the phone being interviewed about or talking about, like, don't really even matter, you know what I'm saying? There's times during the day that I'm dealing with things that this music shit don't matter at all.
I hear you.
You see what I'm saying? And then and there will be days when I mean, there have been, and there will, like when I was going through basic, I mean, there was days that, I mean, I never thought about music at all, you know what I mean? Because I had to deal with the task in front of me.
Right.
And that's a good thing, because that has helped me grow. It has helped me grow, and it has shown me that kind of how special or how unique you know, my art is, or how unique the art of what I do is.
No doubt.
And you know, or what I'm involved in. You know what I mean? It feels like I got like a surrogate family, you know, as well as a family that I deal with every day. You know what I mean? Hip hop is like, it's like I stand with an army, and hip hop is behind me, as well as an army, you know what I'm saying, the people who you know, shoot the big guns for real, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And they have families, and they deal with real world issues every day too, and I have nothing but, you know, the utmost respect for those men and women that I deal with.
Man, no doubt, man. And Biss, man, when you get home, you know what I'm saying, off duty, you know what I'm saying, from the military, man, do you have any plans for a tour?
Well, that's something that I can do while still being here. It's just that, I would like to do a venue that's a nice sizable venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's good to do those little those hole in the wall spots. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of times where you get the most love. But sometimes those promoters are shady, and they don't even want to give you a coach ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To come through. So a lot more times, I mean, to tell you the truth, like if I had the options to choose, to pick and choose, I would want to, on a weekend or on a weekday, I would want to go like guest appear at somebody else's show. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's in town and they doing something, they could just hit up my club and be like, yo, this is where I'm gonna be. Yo, just have this come through and do a verse or something. You know what I'm saying?
Spot, huh?
And it ain't even gotta be for no change, man. You know what I'm saying? I come through just to get done, just make sure my grandma Yates is paid for. You know what I'm saying? that I got a little tab at the bar and we straight.
No doubt, man. I know people want to see you from New York all the way back here to L.A., man. You know what I'm saying? So I hope, those things do come together. I want to big up the websites, man, mightclub.net for sure.
No doubt.
And
no doubt.
Canibus.
Big up, Chris Teifer. You know what I'm saying? I want to big up, all of the, all of the internet following, you know what I'm saying? Because they probably listening right now, too.
That's right, man. You got a lot of fans around the world, man.
Yeah, and I just got my it's like a military internet ID, and it's like, I guess it's like the army version of Yahoo or something. Like I just got that account today, and I looked in there, because I just got my password today, and I looked in there, and it was like, there was like 120 emails from like soldiers, some in Germany, some in, like over there in the desert.
Man.
It was crazy. I'm still reading a couple. I only had enough time to read about 10 of them, but that means everything. Like some of them were sending pictures,
No question, man.
like pictures of them over there, like chilling or trying to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to chill, because they still working, but they trying to chill. So it's like to know that one, anybody over there like picked up RTJ, like what they probably went through to get with the Jack over there. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
To know that I got music over there banging. You know what I'm saying, in the desert. That's like. I want to shout out, everybody that reached out to my club, and all the assistance that we've been getting, from various I say like hip hop lovers, man, and definitely want to let y'all know that I ain't gonna let you down. I ain't gonna let you down with no music at all. I'm gonna keep it going,
man.
And I'm gonna keep it raw. And
solo projects,
y'all something to be proud of.
And the Horseman Project, man. Give us that Horseman Project ASAP, man, as soon as possible.
Yo, man, you got my word on it, man. I'm gonna do everything within my power, and everything within GW's power and Canibus power, and I'm gonna tap with the jacket too.
Hey, man, and do your thing while you up there in the Army, man. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to big up everybody at Canibus Central, .com as well.
Yeah, keep praying for me, man, and make sure you burn a candle. You know what I'm saying? Because the hip hop is wonderful and it's all good and everything, but when the time comes, I'm gonna be in the desert too.
Hey, man, maintain this, man. We got love for you, brother. So do your thing and maintain, man. And also on a closing note, man, I forgot to mention this in terms of production, man. I hope you work with that cat Clark Kent again, man. I like your tracks you did with him earlier.
Yo, man, Clark that's my heart, man. Clark Kent. We used to go to Maria Davis, man, Wednesdays. Like he introduced me to Jay-Z, and he told me in 1991. In 94, he told me in his room, he got a little room over at the Superman Productions room.
Right, man.
With nothing but Air Force Ones, like boxes of Air Force Ones in the background, because that's his favorite shoe. But he told me, that Jay-Z, and Jazz, but he was emphasizing Jay-Z. He was like, yo, man, Jay-Z is the nicest rapper alive. That's my favorite rapper in the world.
He did Brooklyn's finest, man.
He said Jay-Z is the best. You know what I'm saying? He said this in 94.
Man.
And look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just to keep it real, you know what I'm saying? I might as well because I already told that much of the story. But you know, he called Jay like 2 in the morning or whatever, and he was like, "Yo, man, you know, I got this kid over here, you know what I mean, and he's getting busy or whatever." And that's like when we did the How We Roll and all that.
Yeah, How We Roll is my joint.
You see what I'm saying? And he told me straight up, he was like, "Yo, man, JG is my favorite rapper in the world, and you my second best." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Biss, man, hey, you giving us history right here, brother. But I know you a busy man. I want to thank everybody again at myclub.net, CannabisCentral.com, and of course, Canibus himself. Thank you, Biss, man. Keep doing your thing. We look forward to the solo projects and of course the Four Horsemen project, man.
Always, man.
All right, man. One love, brother.
Peace.
All right, peace.